So a very interesting thing has happened over the last week and a half, and that interesting thing is that nothing happened, at least in terms of Donald Trump's approval rating. You see, after the Mueller report concluded, and even though we haven't seen it, William Barr, Attorney General, came out with his stupid memo that he has now since had to correct, saying no evidence of Trump actively colluding with anybody in the Russian government. So you would think that that statement, though, that the media jumped on, that the right wing jumped on, that some liberals jumped on, you would think that that would be enough to maybe send Donald Trump's approval rating up just a couple ticks. I mean, we all had actually expected that to happen. We said it was going to happen. And here's the remarkable thing. We were wrong. And I am so glad that we were wrong, because Donald Trump's approval rating has not gone up since Mueller's investigation concluded. Has not gone up since his Attorney General attempted to clear him of any wrongdoing. The public isn't buying the administration's flimsy excuses, flimsy reasoning, crazy talking points, and their refusal to release the entire report. Hell, Donald Trump was on Twitter all morning today talking about how horrible it is that Democrats want to release the whole report. It'll never be good enough for them. No, literally release the whole report and that will be good enough for us. But you won't do that because there is some stuff in there that you don't want the public to see, and the public knows it. They just don't know what it is. Because that's what's so interesting about all of this. And unfortunately, yes, all we have is speculation. I fully believe that the Mueller investigation did say they found no evidence of collusion between Trump and the Russian government. If Barr was incorrect with that, Mueller would have come out and corrected it, just like he did with the BuzzFeed report. But he didn't. So I take that at face value. I do. Sure. Maybe call me crazy for that, but I do believe that. That doesn't mean there's not evidence of other really horrible and potentially impeachable things hiding in that Mueller report. That doesn't mean that there's not damning information about the Republican Party as a whole. And I'm not the only one who thinks this way. Hell, even the majority of people in this country, according to the latest polls, still think Trump colluded. This report changed nothing. And what's funny is that, yes, after Barr came out with his letter, we did say Trump's going to get a couple ticks up in the polls. However, prior to that, and for months before that, we had been sitting here telling you that the report is not going to change anybody's minds. And it didn't. Democrats were always going to think that Trump did something bad, and Republicans were always going to think that he is a perfect little angel. And the latest polling reflects that. There was no change. He didn't get a bump. He still has a net negative approval rating. His disapprovals are a record high for any president who has been in office as long as he has. There is plenty of time to change these numbers for him before the 2020 presidential election. And yes, some presidents like W have been elected with a negative approval rating in their reelection because they get that incumbent, security a little bit. But with his numbers and with what should have been or could have been the best news ever so far of his presidency, whether or not it's true, doesn't matter. It was the best news he's gotten since he was elected. Yeah, that didn't move the polls one bit. He is in for a massive uphill battle heading into 2020. And I can only imagine that it's going to get worse for him when this report does finally see the light of day. One of our video sponsors today is Simple Habit. Simple Habit is a program that offers you multiple different types and styles and lengths of guided meditations. And right now, Simple Habit is offering a free 7-day trial to our Ring of Fire audience. Just go to simplehabit.com/Ring of Fire to sign up for your free 7-day trial. Now, the scientific benefits of meditation have been proven time and time again. It helps reduce anxiety, it reduces stress, it helps alleviate pain, it can help with depression, and it's an overall good way to help regulate and learn to control your emotions, according to scientific studies. Now, me personally, I have trouble falling asleep at night. I have a lot of thoughts running through my head, and it's been difficult for me to find a way to kind of relax, calm down, and push everything out of my head. So I've actually been using Simple Habit recently. I've been using one of their guided meditations that you use before you go to sleep. And I can't tell you how much this has helped me. It's calming, it's relaxing, and it allows me to finally fall asleep. And there are all kinds of guided meditations available. There's some for the morning, for afternoon, when you get home from work, taking a break from work, relaxing on a weekend day. There's all kinds of things for you to try. So remember, just check out simplehabit.com/Ring of Fire. And right now, all of our viewers can get 7 days free. simplehabit.com/Ring of Fire.